Hello, Nikki. Nice to have you on.
Thank you for having me.
It's quite a while since we've seen each other, but we've kept in touch. So the reason we know each other is because my company looked after your mum during her years of living independently, but with dementia.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So do you want to tell me a little bit about mum and her story?
Yeah, so my mum was a nurse. So
Okay.
she was from Glasgow originally. So a wee girl from Glasgow, she used to say, I'm just a wee girl from Glasgow. And she qualified in nursing in Glasgow, then met my dad, and they then went off to live in Brazil.
Oh, gosh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So when they were first married, they lived in Rio for 5 years, like a expat lifestyle and Copacabana Beach and stuff, which sounded amazing. So my brother, Greg, he was born in Brazil.
Oh, okay.
And then they came back to the UK before I was born, so I don't have quite such an interesting birth story, but she carried on with her nursing, did lots of different specialisms, became a district nurse, and then latterly, when I was about 12, trained to be a Macmillan nurse.
I did not know this about your mum.
Yeah. So she was a Macmillan nurse for, it must have been probably about 30 odd years, really, 25 years. She was one of the first Macmillan nurses, set up one of the first hospices in Woking.
Okay.
She was absolutely adored by everybody, all of her patients. And she was an amazing nurse. She sort of fought the corner for all of her patients that she used to look after. And then I think it was probably when she retired, things kind of started to go a little bit wayward, I think.
Okay.
The kind of maybe the lack of structure. I think she'd been having issues sort of prior to that. She'd suffered from depression for a long time.
Right.
I think it was probably my brother and me were talking about this the other week, and I think it was when her brother died. I think that was quite a turning point. Yeah. So she struggled really. And prior to that, she'd been amazing. She divorced my dad, who was not so amazing.
Okay.
Got him out, and really had a sort of great, probably 15 years or so. Loads of friends. She was kind of life and soul of the party.
She was.
Yeah, always hosting.
Full of life.
Oh yeah, always hosting dinner parties. I can remember her saying to people, well, I'm going to have a cigarette now, so if you don't smoke, you can go outside.
I love it.
That sums up my mum altogether.
Yeah, it does,
Really. And then I think, the alcohol probably took its grip, and she really started to struggle with life. And latterly, I was having to go down probably like once a month and do a complete overhaul and clear out of the house and that kind of thing. And finally, it got to the point where she clearly wasn't coping.
Yeah.
She wasn't even going upstairs in the house. So we took the decision to move her up here because my brother's kids were kind of a bit more grown up by then, but I thought, mine are still quite young. She'll get a bit of enjoyment from them. So I found a lovely place in Port Sunlight.
It's gorgeous.
And she had a lovely flat, but she never really settled. She never really got over it, to be honest. And I do think by that time, the dementia had probably, started to set in.
Yeah.
But probably not diagnosed for a few years.
I think that's right, yeah.
Yeah. We struggled to get the diagnosis, actually. So life kind of became quite difficult. So as, I think many people, they still want to live independently. They don't really accept that they need help.
Yeah.
but actually they do need help, but actually the family. So, I needed
the
help
support
as well.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
And I think that's sometimes something that we forget.
100%.
Yeah. I have a lot of clients who come to me now, for treatments, and they're in a similar situation, and they just want that hour of downtime.
Yeah.
And
it's relentless, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, it is. You're always sort of on that state of constant high alert, aren't you? The phone rings and it's like,
who is it this time? Yeah. What's happened now?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Because at the time, when I met you, I think you were doing, was it marketing? You were doing?
Yes. So
your own business?
Yeah, my career was marketing, yeah.
Yeah.
So I had quite a full-on, stressful,
your own business as well, yeah.
type job. And obviously 2 young kids
it's
as
a lot.
well.
It's a lot. Yeah.
And it's the is it the sandwich generation where
yes,
you
that's
end
right.
up looking after
trying to spin 10 plates and keep everything working as it should be.
Yeah.
And everything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
So mum, when I first met her, was quite independent, really. She, from what I remember, she, we used to chat, we used to have quite a lot of contact time with her, really, from what I recall.
Yeah.
And then we had a period going through, we had COVID, and she was still kind of all right at that point.
She was quite good in COVID, actually. Yeah, surprisingly.
And actually, it was quite good because there was a lot more... they did a lot more together, I think, because they all sort of met outside their flats, didn't they? And there was quite a lot of socialising going on towards the latter parts of COVID. But then things started to happen, didn't it? And we started to get a little bit concerned about mum being on her own, really. Even though she was in sheltered housing, it was still a concern because we found her wandering a couple of times, if I recall. Is that right?
Yes, she used to go... she used to go on her wanders, didn't she? And she would turn up in places like Chinese restaurants and kids' birthday parties.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Yeah. Halfway up the A41 to Birkenhead.
God.
Yeah, it was...
I remember her being brought home a few times and us thinking, oh, wow, okay.
Yes.
That was a lucky escape.
Yes, yeah. Because it was... At the end of the day, it was sheltered accommodation.
You can't stop her going.
Keep them in there.
No.
And if she had the urge to go and buy some cigarettes or some gin. Off she would go, regardless of the time, of the weather, anything at all, really.
Yeah. So that must have been quite a difficult time because obviously you were then concerned, and I know your brother then became more involved because to share the load, really, I think it was so much for you to cope with. So then I think, did mum have a fall, if I recall?
Yes, she did. She had like quite a catastrophic
she did, didn't she?
fall, if you remember. And it was one of the Apollo girls who found her in the morning.
That's right, yeah.
She was in her flat, but it looked like she'd come in from somewhere.
Yeah.
But by that point, she didn't really know enough about, what was going on.
Yeah.
Her short-term memory was so bad that we never really got to the bottom of exactly how bad that was, really. But
that
I
was
think
a turning point, though, wasn't it?
It was, yes, yeah. I think that was this is no good for anybody. We can't have your girls coming in and finding her like that. You know, it's incredibly disturbing. Can't have my mum in these unsafe situations because it was a case of something terrible is going to happen before we can get anybody to listen, wasn't it?
It was at that point, yeah.
And I think that is when... Did she go into hospital after that?
I think I recall her being in hospital for quite a while.
Yes.
As probably happens I see happen quite a lot, and I think it's probably what happened here. Hospital want to discharge them because they're medically fit, but we know they're not.
Yes.
They're not fit enough to be at home, even in sheltered accommodation. And so there was that little bit of a back and two about what happens here.
Yeah.
And then I think the decision was made. Either she went to respite and then following that went to a home, I think.
Yes, yeah. She had a period of respite. And I think I just point blank refused to take her
Yeah.
out of hospital. I think I just said in the end, no,
I can't do it
it's
anymore.
not happening.
Yeah, and that's very brave.
And they even said to me, I said, she can't go home, you know.
Yeah.
I think at the time her boiler was broken as well, actually.
That's right,
Do you
it was,
remember?
yeah.
So I was
Yeah, it kept
having
going
some
off.
work done,
Yeah.
or having the radiators done, one of the things.
Yeah.
And I remember the nurse saying to me, well, can she not come and stay at yours? That, you know, that's how desperate they are to get patients discharged from hospital, and the kind of pressure that's put on families.
It is, yeah.
And, you know, as much as I loved my mum, and absolutely wasn't possible at all, you know, with two young kids. So she was then in hospital. I think she was in hospital for a couple of weeks, maybe a month. And I think the social workers got involved then.
Yeah.
And they got her a place in a home so that she'd have that initial assessment period.
Yeah, like a respite period, intermediate home, I think they call it.
Yeah. So they decide on the home, and it was not a success.
No.
In the slightest. It was not a good place that they put her in.
Yeah.
And she ran away.
Oh, did she?
Well, she kind of ran away. She ended up being sent to hospital.
Okay.
But she said, well, I'm just packing all my bags. And they put all her stuff in black bin bags, and off she went to the hospital.
Oh, gosh, okay.
Yeah. And she was still very feisty, because apparently she attacked the security guards in A&E. She was only 5'0", wasn't she?
Yeah, but it's that sense of, it's fear, actually, I think, a lot of it.
Yeah. And so she was there then for quite a while, and actually it was over that Christmas she was there, and I just remember thinking, I can't see an end to this at all. You know, what is going to happen? You know, where's she going to end up next? Yeah. And by some miracle, one of the nurses who worked on the ward said, I know of a really good home.
Uh-huh.
And the lady's coming in today to assess another patient. And this was probably the only nurse I'd really managed to get a lot of information from in
that's
weeks.
Difficult, isn't it? Yeah.
Really hard. And I think 3 days later, we got her into Lighthouse Lodge. And she was there for 4 years.
I know.
I think about 4 years. And me and Greg say she was probably the happiest she'd been in like 30 years.
Well, she was getting that socialisation and the interaction with other people, wasn't she? And people who understood how to react to her in certain circumstances, Yeah.
So she was good. And they were brilliant. There was constant entertainment on in there. You know, they were so busy all the time. Like, I'd go and only see her for 5 minutes some days because it was
be off doing
somebody's
something.
party or So it was a real, it was a real game changer, I think. You know, when compared to that first place that they'd put her, and I think finally I could just be like, breathe a sigh of relief.
Yeah,
I knew she was safe. Yeah, she was safe. She was clean. She was warm. She was fed, and you know, she was happy.
Yeah.
So and she was much loved by lots. Well, all the staff. I'm not sure about all the residents.
Oh, okay.
But, so sometimes I think as her dementia progressed, she sort of. They tend to go back to their younger selves,
They do.
Don't they?
Yeah.
And so she'd think she was a nurse again.
Oh, so she was looking after everyone.
Yeah.
Oh,
they didn't necessarily want looking after at 2 a.m. and stuff like that. So, But it was a brilliant place. And, I think I would not have coped without, firstly, the independent care that kept her at home, you know, for all those years. And then the sort of security and the release, the relief for my nervous system, I think.
Yeah.
Because it does really take its toll.
It does.
On you, you know, sort of physically and mentally, really.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You told me a funny story before about your mum in the home, and I think she had a few escapades, did she?
She was what? Yes, she was. She was what we, you know, when we call our kids spirited.
Yeah,
I think we'd say that about my mum, wouldn't we? So yeah, Reggie would ring me and say, "Hi, Nicola," and I'd be, "Hi, Reggie," and he'd be, "So your mum's going around annoying all the residents again just for the shits and giggles. Can you come down and have a word with her?" "All right, Reggie."
I love that. And then getting you kids to...
Oh, yeah. So eventually, I think about a year... Actually, probably wasn't even that long. About 6 months into living at Lighthouse Lodge, she'd forgotten that she drank. And pretty much forgotten that she smoked.
Yeah.
I mean, they never gave her alcohol there anyway. But she was still trying to escape. It's like she knew she wanted something.
Something, yeah.
She needed to get out to get something, but she could never remember what it was.
Okay.
But we'd go round and we'd take her for a walk round the garden, and she'd get my girls over by the fence, and she'd say, "Can you climb over this gate? Just open it from the other side for me so I can get out."
I love that.
She was so mischievous, bless her.
She was. She was amazing.
Yeah.
Little Scottish accent. And
I know.
Yeah. At
Was.
that time, when we looked after your mum, I was still doing care calls. So that was quite early on in my business, really. And I was still regularly going out and doing care calls. So I knew your mum really, really well. So it's lovely to hear all those things. Because it doesn't always go that way, you know what I mean? And I'd probably describe your mum as happily confused. There was some times when she was a bit distressed, but on the whole, she was pretty all right, wasn't she?
She was, yeah.
And in some cases, it can be completely different. But with your mum, I do think that she had that journey, because you lost your mum recently, didn't you?
I did, yeah. She passed away last October.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I would say is she was happily confused.
Yeah.
There was a few times when obviously sort of things were happening, you know, in her brain probably, where she started having these, are they called silent seizures? The seizures where
I think so,
they go sort of vacant. And that was the only time really that I would see her, you know, quite agitated and upset. But they were very good at, you know, they changed the medication. So very, very rarely did I ever see her, you know, not happy, which was amazing. And I know, you know, I'm blessed really, because that it's not always the case. You know, there's other people there and you see them and you think that must be really hard. But I had a career change.
Oh yes, you did. Yeah.
And which was just after COVID, really. Was it just after COVID? Anyway, I retrained as a reflexologist.
Yeah.
I'd sort of got to the point where, I can't do all of this career, kids.
It's too much.
Yeah, something's going to give just for my own lifestyle. And so retrained as a complementary therapist. And one of the things we do in reflexology is hand reflexology.
Okay, yeah.
Particularly with elderly people who need a gentler treatment, really. So when my mum was having these seizures, if she got agitated, then I'd do some hand reflexology for her, and it would really calm her down.
Gosh, I bet that did help.
Yeah, it did. So then I've done that in a couple of other places as well now for dementia residents.
Oh, lovely. Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
So you're giving back to other people as well. Yeah. Because you do lots of other things now. It's not just the reflexology, is it? You're doing Reiki and...
I do Reiki, sound massage, sound therapy.
Yeah.
I
love it. I'm into all that stuff as well, so I love it. It's so good for you. And I think when you're not in that world, if you like, you don't really understand it until you start looking into it, and it's so good for you. It's really helped me.
Yeah, it's completely helped me. It's like my job is meditative and mindful rather than, fast and stressful. And it's lovely because I can work it around the kids. So I can drop them in school and do the hours to suit me. And just lovely clients, and really, really enjoy it.
I love that. Love that. Just one little thing that I just wanted to talk to you about, because I think a lot of us feel that as carers. I was speaking to a previous guest on here, who's a friend of mine. Her dad's dementia as well, and we were talking. He's still alive, but she kept talking about him in the past tense, as if he'd already passed away. And I had that with my dad in a way, because it was like that grief process starts so early.
Yeah.
It's almost like a release when they actually do pass away physically, because do you understand what I'm saying?
I do.
Did you feel that with your mum?
Yes, I did. And I think it was really mixed, actually, when my mum did pass away, and unexpectedly so.
Okay.
Because, 4 years living with dementia in a home is actually quite a long time.
It's a long time, yeah.
She was probably one of their longer term residents. And yeah, absolutely. You've already lost them to dementia. And actually, in my mum's case, we'd already lost her to alcohol as well.
Yeah.
So we kind of lost her twice, if you
like.
Yeah. So then when she did, sort of in that final week, obviously it was a really sad thing to watch, but I didn't think it would affect me quite as much as it did.
Oh, right, okay.
And I was quite surprised, really.
Yeah.
And I think that was the case for me, because actually she'd been the happiest she'd been for such a long time, those last 4 years, although she was a different lady.
Yeah. And isn't it lovely that she had that period? Because
yes.
It could have been so different, couldn't it?
Yeah, it could have been really different. And the other thing is, in that final week, is they kind of rally, don't they?
Oh,
and,
yeah,
and
do,
they become
totally.
lucid,
Yeah,
really quite lucid again. So I had some really nice moments with my mum.
Oh, that's lovely.
So yeah,
that's
it was, although it was a release, definitely, still really sad. Yeah.
I'm like, I suppose, a secret Facebook stalker. So a lot of my past clients have obviously connected with us on social media, and so I do tend to sort of look and see what's going on, see how, because some families don't let us know what's happened to their relations, and sometimes it's a bit sad because you do think about them. And
you've built up a relationship with them, haven't you?
So I do watch people, and obviously I saw your mum's progression, and obviously we were chatting over various things, and then obviously I'd seen that she had passed away. But it is that sense of, it's so lovely that she's had that time. And, I love it when people put, like the nursing homes, the care homes, they put pictures up, because there are people who watch that, and they, and it's nice for them to be able to see somebody who's still happy and they're still doing things. And, and it's great to hear a positive story about a care home and a nursing or a nursing home, because the whole care industry tends to get a negative thing all the time. And it's not, there's so much good that goes on.
There is, absolutely. Yeah. So much good. Yeah. And I mean, you guys were just absolutely amazing. And, Lighthouse Lodge. And I really take my hat off to everyone who does it, because it's such hard work.
Yeah.
And, the emotional investment in it as well is massive.
Thank you very much, Nikki. It's been brilliant talking to you. And
thank you.
Wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
Okay.